All right, next game, the 49ers are at the Jets. This line opened up 49ers -6. It's up to 7. So do I need to talk you out of taking the Jets here?
No, I literally wrote in my notes, I'm not making the same mistake twice. Like, I still don't know why my brain was like, yeah, Adam Gase will have these guys ready. No, he won't. I knew that. I don't know. But anyway, we knew the 49ers were going to come out and have trouble with the Cardinals. They had trouble last year and made the Super Bowl. Like, that wasn't a surprise to either you or me, I don't think. I personally was not surprised to see them lose. I had them going 9-7 this year in the regular season and backdooring into the playoffs because I think they're going to have somewhat of a Super Bowl hangover. But this matchup is great for them. I mean, defensively, they should dominate the Jets offense just like the Bills did last week. They have a great pass rush. They'll get pressure on Sam Darnold. It's a lot easier to do that than to get pressure on Kyler Murray. And really, except for a massive play by Jamison Crowder, the Jets offense did nothing against the Bills last week. Like, maybe they can do a little something more against the San Francisco defense just because, they have not a gaping hole, but enough of a weakness at the number 2 corner position that you can make some plays downfield. But I just don't think that's going to happen. And, the thing I look at on the offense for San Francisco, Jimmy G looked pretty good against the Cardinals. He just couldn't quite get the job done. And there were some key plays that the Cardinals made that made it difficult for that to happen. But Jimmy G has 27 starts in his career, and he's never lost back-to-back starts at all during that time. So I think that this should be an easy win for the 49ers, and I don't think covering 7 is going to be that hard. I'm somewhat surprised this line didn't move more after how bad the Jets were. So I'm going to be on the 49ers -7 for 3 to 4 units, and I wrote in my notes that that's because I'm atoning for my sin of picking Adam Gase.
Very nice. I wrote down that I'm picking the Jets on the site, and maybe that's a mistake after listening to you, and your remorse for picking them last week, but it's just way too many points for the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers are as great as they were last year. They lost several players, including DeForest Buckner. It's a big difference on the defensive line. Like, look at the amount of pressure that Kyler Murray didn't see this year in comparison to last year. They also lost Joe Staley, Emmanuel Sanders. They have a bunch of receivers who were banged up. So I think what really is going to sway me here is what we see on the injury report. There are a lot of question marks. We know Deebo Samuel's out, but will Brandon Ayuk play? Like, if he comes back, then I think that's a big deal. George Kittle's banged up. I think he'll play, but I guess you never know. Avery Williamson was a big injury for the Jets last week. It's why I moved pretty big on the Bills late in the week. Williamson's huge for them because they lost Blake Cashman, who's their their 4th linebacker. CJ Mosley was already out. And they traded Jamal Adams. So they need players in the middle of their defense. And if Avery Williamson's out, the 49ers will basically be able to do anything they want. So if Williamson's out, I'm definitely with you on the 49ers. But if Williamson comes back and the Niners don't get some of their players back from injury, I think this could be like a low-scoring game where the Jets cover almost accidentally. Kind of it reminds me of 49ers at Redskins last year, where it was I know that was played in the deluge, but still it was such a low scoring game. So I think that could happen, but I think there's a good chance I'll move to the 49ers, but I don't think I'm going to bet either side just because I think this line's too high for Garoppolo, who still the same mistakes. He didn't improve. He still holds on the ball too long. And I think that could cost him eventually.
Yeah, no, I definitely that's fair. Garoppolo has not made the strides. Do you think Le'Veon Bell's injury plays any impact in this game? I think he had checked out anyway, and I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball with or without him. So, is that how you feel?
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Actually, I think it might help them because he's such a negative attitude in the locker room. Not having him around, Frank Gore is liked by everyone. I've never heard anyone say anything negative about Frank Gore, and giving him more carries might inspire the team to play harder, I think. So, yeah, I mean, obviously Le'Veon Bell's a better talent, but I don't think you want him around a losing team like this.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. If he was on a winning team, he'd be much better. He's one of those classic locker room dudes. I just don't trust 37-year-old Frank Gore against the 49ers front, even without lost talent, or even with the lost talent. I just think, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening, but I'll check out the injury report later in the week. But I have to stick with the 49ers. I can't back off this, and I say that now, and I'm probably going to pick the Jets wrong every time this year. probably what's going to happen.
Real quick, I wanted to ask you, if the Jets end up with the number 1 overall pick, do they take Trevor Lawrence?
I think so, probably, because Darnold has not made significant improvements or strides. He's kind of in a similar situation to Baker Mayfield, I feel like. Both of them have shown promise at times, but it just hasn't been consistent enough. That if they get the number 1 pick, it might be time to say, like, hey, who wants Sam Darnold on 2-year contract? What would you give us for that?
Yeah, right. It reminds me of Josh Rosen, with the Cardinals. I definitely think they take Trevor Lawrence. Like, Darnold's gotten worse. I don't know what's going on. Well, actually, I do know. It's Adam Gase. So, I don't know why Adam Gase is still coaching there, but that needs to change.